just want to share a little bit with the audience. Now, I don't know enough about the governor's race in Georgia, but I do want to speak on it because living in Georgia years ago, Keisha Lance Bottoms, which is now running for governor, was the mayor back then. And so I'm just thinking of if, I mean, I'm thinking of her being, I don't know, removed from office, or maybe her position ended rather quickly back then or something. I don't know enough about it to just fully speak on it. But what I do know is that when I lived there and worked and was employed there in that state, in that region in 2021, she was still the mayor there. And now she's running for governor. And so I don't know if this is the best person to represent that particular state. Maybe it is. I don't know. I don't know if this is an act like Kamala Harris, someone that's just going to try to come in and tear shit down, or someone like Jasmine Crockett that's just negative in their approach to life. Anyone that negative is not a good fit for anything. I'm just saying. I can't even say those negative things. My life, my reputation won't allow me to even say those type of things that they say. You know, I think about how Jasmine Crockett is always referring to the Texas governor as feeble. All of these just negativity instead of embracing people that are different. Maybe that's their way of embracing it, maybe, but it doesn't come across to me that way. It comes across to me like disrespectful. And so they all have a disrespectful way about them. And I don't know if disrespect is equal to integrity. I don't know if disrespect is the best way. Now, I'm going to use our president, Donald Trump, as an example. Now, you just have to watch him speak with poise. You have to watch him. Now, they attack him a lot because they have to. And he defends himself. But if you watch him, his motive has been to build this country back. His motive has been to make us the wealthiest and strongest nation in the world. And he has done so. He has got America and the world pacified through exceptional leadership. Now, I don't know about everyone on the team, but I can only speak for him and what I have observed as a citizen that voted for him. There's a reason why I waited and voted for him and skipped everyone else. Being a woman, a person that's involved in many enterprises in life, and to have a leader that's the president that's involved in so many enterprises in life, that means he understands life from the bottom to the top and in between. And a lot of people do not have that type of understanding. His global leadership in getting the world intact, keeping the world leaders in order is, I don't want to say in order, because they're like a team. So I don't want to speak on them like that because they're like a presidential global team. But when you have people coming in like Kamala, I have to say something, because that doesn't represent all women in America, and it doesn't represent all Americans. So anybody that's constantly attacking the president, I'm not that person. I'm on the president's side. I'm a Republican. And I say this because I just have been, this is one of the reasons why my parents put me outside, because we do share different political views. And my parents say, I'm a Republican, I'll be outside for life. And that's okay. I'd rather be outside in my suit than be inside in those goddamn jeans and colorful ass shit they got on. I'd rather skip the tacky lifestyle and live like this. But anyway, I had to segue from Keisha Lance Bottoms because I just really don't know what she stands for. She looks rather like a sad woman, a sad representative, although she looks good. She's fixing herself up, getting ready for the political race or whatever. And that's good. But is this an act to just tear down the state and what's being built there? Because when I visited there, what job has she had over the past since she was the mayor? So I'm saying, she's stepping in now after so much industry has been rebuilt there. Is she coming in to try to pull it down? This is why I'm saying something about it. Now I'm watching with Kamala and Jasmine Crockett. They all got the same thread. It's something that's the same about them. That this sadness, that it's not, that I don't know about it, okay? I'm not sad. I'm not a sad bitch, okay? I'm just not. And I've been through way more adversity probably than they've seen. And I'm not saying that they haven't been through the same adversity in their lives. All people go through adversity, and nobody's adversity is more than the next person. Everyone is going through whatever they went through was paramount at that time in life. So that's just how it is. But I'm speaking up on this because I'm really not with. I thought it was gonna be like a quaint experience, and then I think this could be good. Then I think, damn, I don't know, because what job was she in before now? Where's she been? I gotta do some research. What has Keisha Lance Bottoms been doing between being the mayor the last time? Cause she ain't the mayor now. So what? But the mayor now has built that place up so much. You know how men, that's what men, I'm not saying a woman can't do it, or a woman can do it, but what I'm saying is, being a woman that supports men building, I've just seen so much tremendous growth there, being as a person that travels in and out that territory. Now seeing her run up for governor seems like the same thing as Kamala springing up for president, which I don't know. I just want people to just think about it. Just think about it. Just think about where the votes are going. Just think about how this could change or impact life. Just think about it. Just think about what they're saying. You know, there are a few other people I haven't really paid attention to in Georgia, but I know Brian Kemp has been the governor there, because he was the governor when I was employed there. And so, and the mayor has been the mayor since I was there. And it just seems like I want to speak up on it, because I don't want this to end up something like Kamala might come in and just try to tear something down, or try to say no to what everybody done built as if they was there. And they really, where have they been? Keisha Lance Bottoms, where were you all this time? In the underground? Where you sleep? Were you making a rap album? Were you on tour or something like Kamala? Where your book at? Huh? Don't get me goddamn started talking crazy, goddamn. Oh, Lord. Don't get me talking crazy on these goddamn people. But I'm sure you were doing something positive with that sad red nose. Always goddamn crying and sad and shit. That must mean you're criminal or have sin or something. Everybody don't have that. You know what I'm saying? All these motherfuckers that's sad, they all look there on the verge of crying. Why would you elect them to be your governor? Why would you elect somebody that's always in tears to represent you? I gotta get me a goddamn permanent address so I can goddamn run for something. That's one of the qualifications, you know what I'm saying? I have to have a permanent address for 2 years. At least 2 years resident for 2 years somewhere before I can apply to run for something in the next 2 years. So y'all can see how I can delay somebody. But I'm tired of them. I'm so goddamn tired of them. Finding that Urban League interview with Kamala, I said, I'm just so damn tired of these lame ass people. And it's nobody else. It's like they got tenure in this shit. It's like can't nobody else rise up and say nothing else about the shit. Ugh. Oh my gosh. Anyway, the women, they look beautiful. But sometimes what they say is just may not be the right thing. People have to think about this. Or maybe, I don't think it's good to elect them all the time, but we have to see. I'm not with electing sad people to positions to represent the masses. The masses are not sad population. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't even a part of the whole industry that was built. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Something about it don't seem right. But I'm speaking up on it because I feel like I contributed to a little bit of that upbuild, a little bit of the upbuild, like down by the airport and all that shit where I used to stay chronically when I was there. Shit. I see shit that represent Houston. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I know. I said, yes, I made a positive impact, which left a positive imprint on these neighborhoods. to have somebody come behind it with sad red noses and want to tear the shit down just doesn't make sense. So these episodes are kind of just to get people to think about the future. And yes, what Vice Kamala Harris did say is important. Whatever happens in November can affect the next few years of life. So that's what we have to think about. I'm thinking about it. I'm not one of these kind of people. I don't rule my life by this. But I do rule my life through integrity. I do live my life with integrity. Even if you see me fussing, because all these people don't live with integrity. Right? You have people saying about this homeless situation, blah, blah, blah. But these are leaders in society that don't have a solution for it. Damn. You know, I think about the solutions are simple and how they try to undo solutions. Let me tell you real quick before I hang up the solution for homelessness. So if you go to the Salvation Army or any shelter within your city, they're going to give you a resource packet. And when you go through this resource packet, it gives you a list of ways to transition from homelessness to out of homelessness. And so once you go through the steps, number one, they will assign you to a caseworker that will help you acquire your driver's license, your social security card, your birth certificate, all of those credentials, that they will help you get that. And then what they'll also do, they'll help get you into employment through programming. Even if they can't always offer shelter, they can offer these particular resources, this help. Because there was times where I couldn't get a bed or a cot because it's mostly for men. That's kind of a little quiet. You know, the men get their money, come out and get the woman, bring them in, start a family. But like I was saying, even if there was not available beds, they still have the programming available for certain people. So once you go through the programming, you check off the checklist. And one other thing that's on there on the resource list for the homeless shelters is college. If you want to transition out of homelessness, on that resource packet, it's going to say whatever the local community college or university is. It's going to help you get your GED, your high school equivalent, and apply for those tests to transition out of homelessness and into a collegiate situation. So once you've gone through all those steps, and still unable out of the situation, that's when you have to get creative independently on your own and think, how can I build something that is a replica of what they would give me? A cot, a locker, my driver's license, and an opportunity to go to college. And so with the homeless shelter giving me that particular information, it's no need for me to walk around branding myself as homeless once I've gone through the program and checked off the steps for the programming. And so the college part, I just took that and made it chronic because that's what I knew how to do. And I know in Georgia, I don't know if they've solved their homeless issue because it might be unsolvable, but I think the mayor there did a great job at, solving this issue for that community. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to just interfere with what Georgia got going on because they got their own life there. They got their own way of funneling what they do. But y'all know I'm a little bit a part of that. You know what I'm saying? So, and just thinking about it, if they're calling Franklin, if the former vice president is calling Franklin, which is my mother's last name, then I feel like I got to say something about it. Because I don't want to be wrapped up in the criminal part of the shit. I just want to get people to think for themselves and not just be caught up in the beauty, because it's good to watch beauty. It's good to watch a woman come into herself and represent something. But don't be mistaken. They can do all that glamorous shit and then end up being a motherfucker that will shoot your ass and rob your ass in the end. They will Dominique Devereaux your ass real quick, so you have to think about it. So how you protect yourself from a Dominique Devereaux? Huh? That's what you have to think about. Because I had that mentality sometimes, but that's not my motive. That's not my agenda. I'm not going into someone's territory trying to rob them, but I be having a plan because I know they want to rob me. So I be having a plan about it, but I guess I'm used to being robbed a lot. I mean, I'm wealthy. You know, I don't always have to have the money, but I got the mindset and the drive and the will and the creativity to invent pathways to life that people haven't heard of or didn't have to do it on their own. I can go on and on and on. That's why I started a podcast today, as I become more talkative. But I want to get ahead of this before it gets ahead of me and speak on this situation with Georgia, the governor there. I'm speaking on this and the governor and Jasmine Crockett and how they respond to the governor of Texas. Just all this shit just seems connected and negative. Okay? This interview that I just watched with Kamala Harris and Urban League, it just seems like I'm not fucking with it now. Don't mess with me. You people with them have eyebrows, don't mess with me. Okay? If you gotta draw your eyebrows on, don't mess with me. Okay? I don't know about it, you know? Shit. Going for a rain, but I wanted to say that real quick. Y'all have a good one.